It's the ABC 12 Highlight Zone, sponsored by Al Serra Auto Plaza. Now here's ABC 12 Sports Director Dave Ciseski.
Good evening and welcome into the Highlight Zone. I'm Dave Ciseski. We've hit week 8 of the high school football season, and that means the postseason right around the corner. Playoff positioning is on the line tonight with some massive matchups across the area. I'm talking big games. Our first game on the slate, perhaps the biggest of the regular season, featuring two unbeaten powerhouses. The 7-0 Davison Cardinals hit the road to battle the 7-0 Grand Blanc Bobcats in their house. It's a Division I showdown with bragging rights and postseason implications on the line. And it's without question our game of the week. How about this one? Cardinals looking to avenge last year's 55-49 loss, while the Bobcats look to make it 2 in a row, this time on home turf. Absolutely electric. First drive for Davison would stall. However, Ryder Ferguson, he'll connect on a 52-yard field goal. Cards take the 3-0 lead, but the celebration will be short-lived. Same score, Cats driving when the pressure is in Jake Morrow's face, but he eludes pressure somehow, some way. Morrow improvising. The ball finds his running back. A dump pass. Ashton Brown flies in like a bowling ball. 7-3 Grand Blanc, and just getting started. Next drive, Morrow showing he can do it with his feet as well. He'll take it inside the 5 on the 22-yard scramble. Diving for the pylon, but just short. Next play, the QB's going to hand it off to Jeremiah Coleman, who scampers in 4 yards out. 14-3 Cats. Same score, Morrow rolling to his right now, and he'll find Coleman. This time Coleman, a lot more room ahead of him. 52 yards on the catch and run from Coleman. Grand Blanc extends their lead to 21-3 second quarter. Same of the offense. They're doing more of what they did in the first quarter. I'm talking this thing was I apologize right there. Cortez Porter took it into territory there, but the very next play, well, listen, he's going to jump the route. That's Dalen Taylor there for the interception. He'll give the ball right back to Morrow and company. We're back on track. Grand Blanc doing more of the same, scoring on their next drive. They score again there. That's Jay Stinson, and Stinson wearing Jerry Rice's number, and makes sense why he scores, right? 28-3. And how about this? Grand Blanc, Coleman again goes 55 yards up the gut to pay dirt. Davison will put up 19 in the second. However, it wouldn't matter. Statement win 57-29 for Grand Blanc. They are the SVL Red Champs for the second year in a row. We'll stay in town for Game 2 as Flint Southwestern Jaguars hosts in the Atherton Wolverines. We'll start in the first where Atherton quarterback Younger to Demarius DeLeon. The ball's almost ripped away from him here, but he would not be stopped. He runs through defenders all the way to the end zone. Wolverines take the 7-0 lead late in the first. Jaguars trying to get the offense rolling. Jamari Ross with a pass intended for Jaquan Purcell. However, it's intercepted by Atherton's Antoine Green, who takes it inside the Wolverine territory. Ensuing drive, handoff to Devontae DeLeon. He'll score and make it 13-0. Unfortunately, no official score yet in this game. Well, it's time for a quick break, but coming up, we head to Frankenmuth where the Eagles and Falcons are battling for Tri-Valley Red supremacy. Two 6-1 teams, championship stakes. It's a rivalry that always delivers fireworks. Coming up next in the Highlight Zone. Welcome back. Well, the lights were shining bright in Frankenmuth for a massive Tri-Valley Red showdown tonight between two 6-1 powerhouses, the Frankenmuth Eagles and the Freeland Falcons. Frankenmuth entered the night sitting alone atop the conference standings, but with a win, Freeland could force a tie heading into the final week of the season. These two know how to put on a show. Last year's matchup came down to the wire, with the Eagles escaping by just a single point. That was 21-20. It's a heavyweight battle with championship implications under the Friday night lights. The Eagles offense has been on fire recently, scoring 48 points or more in 5 straight games coming in tonight, but Freeland defense looking to make a statement, allowing double-digit points in just 2 times this year. We'll start here on the goal line. Frankenmuth's opening drive, 4th and goal. Quarterback Leighton Horde decides he's going to keep it himself, and he would not be denied. After some discussion between the referees, the Eagles take a 6-0 lead early in the quarter. After a few defensive stands from both teams, here comes Freeland. Senior quarterback Max Hain throws a beautiful deep ball down the boundary, connecting with wide receiver Wilson Huckabee. He brings it in with one hand. I don't know what was better, the throw or the catch. But the Falcons are set up in the red zone for the first time here tonight. And just 2 plays later, it's going to be Max Hain who follow his blockers into the end zone, tying things up 6-6 early in the second quarter. that wouldn't be the only big run Hayne had here tonight. Fast forward to the next Freeland possession, and Hayne takes the snap, makes a defender miss behind the line of scrimmage, and tiptoe his way down the sidelines, taking the Falcons into Frankenmuth territory once again. And then Brady Hale there with the saving tackle, saved the touchdown. It would prove to be a big one. Remember that, Eagles defense making a play right back. Watch number 3 here. Cash Tedford makes his first hit, forces the fumble, and recovers it on the sideline. But the Freeland defense made it tough for Frankenmuth all night. Getting the ball back to the offense, Max Hayne floating the ball over the Eagle defense. This time, Keenan Cooper, he beats the defenders to the edge and just pushed out of bounds inside the Frankenmuth 10-yard line, making up for the fumble earlier he had. The time winded down in the second quarter, set up in the red zone. Hayne with a quick screen to 6'5" wide receivers, Andrew Wheatley. He goes up and breaks 2 tackles and dives into the end zone. Freeland takes the lead 13-6 with just 23 seconds left in the half. Frankenmuth would rally, however, coming out of the half. They win 27-13, and the Eagles remain in control atop the conference standings. Saginaw Valley Lutheran hosts Tawas. Chargers 7-0 in the season, only giving up 77 points in 7 games. First quarter, you see why that defense is so dominant. Michael Smith gets the sack, and the Chargers recover inside the red zone, setting up the offense. SVL would take advantage as quarterback Jack Streeter pitches it to Colt Jolin, who runs in for the score, 7-0, Chargers early. And after Tawas turns it over on downs, it's quarterback Jack Streeter again pitching to Colt Jolin. And on the very next play, the SVL 27-yard line, Jolin takes it all the way inside the 1, weaving in and out of traffic. What a run there from the running back Jolin, setting up the O one more time. And on the very next play, Streeter with the quarterback keeper getting the touchdown, 14-0 Chargers. Chargers back at it, 2nd and goal, inches from the goal line. Cole Streeter runs it in, their 3rd touchdown. Chargers roll 49-0. They are Tri-Valley Blue champions. Well, it's time now to check on our Spotlight scoreboard. We've got some good ones around the area. Dow moves to 7-1 with an impressive 15-0 shutout. That's over Lapeer tonight, outscoring their opponents 98-0 in their last 2. Is that good? I think so. Swan Valley moving to 7-1 with their win as well, 44-6. The Vikings have given up 7 points or less in 6 straight ball games. Swartz Creek, how about that? The big Metro League crossover win over Clio, 21-20. That's 4 straight tough losses for the Mustangs after starting the year 4-0. John Glenn, 38-0 shutout win over Powers, who are still searching for their first victory. Bobcats win their 5th win, matching last year's total, so they can surpass that in the final week. And Carroll with the 36-24 win over Vassar, and Holly hanging 41 on Owasso, 41-14, and moving to 5-3. Here's a couple more bonus scores for you tonight. How about that? New Lothrop falling to 5-3 with a loss to Ovid LC, 56-25. LC moving to 6-2. Beecher forced to forfeit. They remain winless. Genesee now 4-4, and Kersley falling to Corona, 38-20 the final there. Well, it's time now for the highlight of the night, and it's only fitting. It has to be a grand blank play, right? We go with the touchdown number 1 here. Jake Morrow eluding pressure and making a play up as he finds his back, Ashton Brown, for a 29-yard tutty. It's a play so nice we have to run it back and watch it twice because Money Morrow was absolutely shining on this play. Brown says, I got you with the boosters in for the score. Morrow to Brown for 29-6, the play of the night. Well, the votes are in, and with 33% of the tally, the Freeland Falcons are Week 7 Elga Fan Zone winners. Congrats to the Falcon faithful. You've officially punched your ticket to the postseason bracket, but the fun doesn't stop there. This week, the competition is wide open. We're challenging the fired up fans from New Standard, Frankenmuth, Fenton, Saginaw Valley Lutheran to bring the noise and prove they've got the best student section in mid-Michigan. And speaking of spirit, we caught up with the students from Frankenmuth to find out what kind of energy they bring to the stands each and every week.
You know, we're a really rambunctious group. We really like to bring up all the energy in here. I'd say we have a lot of youngins in the back that don't really know what's going on, but we're just trying to train them for the next years coming up.
Yeah, so usually when we were freshmen, we didn't really have that big of an outcome, but this year we've had so many people here, so it's really exciting to see.
We are Frankenmuth. We are a football school, so that means our student section is good too.
Yeah, our student section shows out every week. I mean, I feel like look at their student section compared to ours. Ours is way better.
Over to college, Michigan State head coach Jonathan Smith says execution and preparation both have to be better as the Spartans get ready to face he calls possibly the best team in the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana enters matchup ranked top 10 in both offense and defense, whether that's measured by yardage or points. Statistically, the Hoosiers haven't shown a glaring weakness yet and are coming off a huge win over Oregon, making this a major test for Michigan State. Smith says both the team and the coaching staff need to raise their level of execution.
We got to play better, and you think about us as coaches, myself to start, is we got to get this team playing to their potential, and that was well short on Saturday. And so we look at reasons why that takes place, and then think about considerations of changes schematically, how you approach it, practice, personnel, the whole thing. So I thought it was a really good Sunday, and we got to be able to transition because we know what we're headed toward. We're maybe the best team, one of the best teams in the country, playing really, really good football at their place. That'll be a serious challenge that we got to get ourselves prepared for, and it's an opportunity to start the back half of our season on the road against a really good team, to continue to find ways to do it better.
Well, Michigan returns home this Saturday to take on the Washington Huskies after a tough loss to USC. Head coach Sherrone Moore says it's all about refocusing and getting back to what makes this team successful. Moore said it more comes down to one simple thing: getting back to work and being a blue-collar worker as he donned a blue work coat. Kickoff tomorrow at noon. Well, that's going to do it for Week 8 of the Highlight Zone. What a season it's been so far, and we're not done yet. We still got a pair of high school football games coming up tomorrow. Flint News Standard hosting Bendel at 1 p.m. And then under the lights, Goodrich battles Fenton for the Metro League crown at 7. We appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight all season long. Next week, we wrap up the regular season. Can't wait to see you. Everybody, have a great night.